Well, if you wanted a competitive game, you got that, no question about it, right down to the last few seconds. If you wanted a pretty game, it probably wasn't. But at the end of the day, two teams that competed, and I commend Kim Anderson. He got those kids playing hard. It's a young basketball team. They're coming off some tough losses, and to play a team such as, which we're a different kind of team than the teams they've played, but his kids played unbelievable tonight, made shots. Gil Seizure, I mean, he really kept them in there, and then, of course, you got Clark, who's making big plays for him. J3, I already know about him, and then from the recruiting game, so he got a lot of good young talent, and we were fortunate. Just time ran out on them, and we're happy for the win. Our kids competed. I thought our kids came in and defended a lot better than we have in the previous games, and again, when you get to the free throw line, it's going down the stretch. You got to make your free throws. We missed some, and they missed some as well. But we were fortunate on the game tonight.
Mike, the timeout goal, is it to make it Wes think about the free throws, or is it to plan what you're going to do after that?
Both. It's a both. It was both. Try to ice them a little bit, and like I said, having sit there in that chair where I'm sitting at and watching a lot of free throws being shot going down the stretch in games, it brought in mind of some of those games when we played opponents when they shot it and didn't make it. So we were fortunate. We were fortunate. Now, I'm sure if West shot those free throws 9 other times, he'll make them. But tonight, this afternoon, it shined on the Razorbacks.
Mike, how's it feel coming here and winning as a visiting coach? You obviously went a lot with the coach here. How's it feel in your third try to finally get a win as a visiting?
Well, we're in a race, and that's the most important thing. We're in the SEC race, and for our kids to come in and just battle against all kinds of odds, there was a great crowd. The energy was in the building. Their kids fed off of it. They led at 4 at halftime, and we've been in those situations where we hadn't played well. We kind of folded our tent or we panicked. But I think the Alabama game is a sign of our kids really improving and growing. So for me, obviously, there's a lot of storylines, and everyone wants to talk about it and read about it. But to me, I'm a day-to-day guy, so it was the next game. Is it a big game? Yes. Well, it's the next game, and obviously because of my ties here, and the thing I love about it is that people care about basketball. They got passion about it, and that means I did my job when I came here. But other than that, we're just happy to get the win, Bob.
What do you think about Atlantis' game? If you recall, he had a real good game here last year too. Do you think it's something about him?
Well, I think he's playing well. He played well in the Alabama game. He got put into the lineup, starting lineup, and I think he gives us that aggressiveness. He's a tough matchup because he's one of those tweeners, can get to the basket. He got off to a good start and made some big plays for us going down the stretch. What he does is gives us that physical presence. So Bobby is not, because a lot of people come at Bobby and they're putting a lot of bodies on him. But when you got Landis out there, I think it takes some of that away from Bobby, and it gives Bobby room to do the things that he's doing for us. He ended up with a double-double today as well.
Mike, how do you feel like you guys did controlling the tempo with both ends?
I thought we did. Everybody look at the turnover. It's not about the turnover. It's about the wear and tear. And who knows? It might have been a factor in the free throw. I think we made them uncomfortable in what they wanted to do. So the pressure defense is not still in the basketball, and that's something I having to convey to our players. It's about wear and tear and making people a little uncomfortable. It's like anything else. I like easy baskets. I do. I like that. But at the same time, we had to grind it out in the half court on our defense, and we did a good job when we had to.
Do you think Michael Paul's is a little fatigued maybe the other night, or do you think he did a great job defensively on him?
He was trying. I mean, he was giving us everything he had. They got players too. Those guys can make plays too. So, and Kim played a lot of players. He played a lot of players, and they only going to get better.
Do you think maybe he played a really intense 38 minutes the other night, the overtime? Do you think maybe why do you think Michael struggled like he hadn't struggled all year?
Well, I think that had something to do with a little fatigue, but you ask him, he wanted to play through it. I took him out for about 3 or 4 minutes, and it was like, Coach, I got to play through it. No, you can't play through it. You got to trust your teammates, and he did. I thought Beard came out and gave us some good minutes. I thought Kai really played. He was really key for us. Kai Madden was in this game and going down the stretch.
Coach, he had 9 offensive rebounds, none bigger than the last one. Was his toughness the key in tonight?
I think our team was. At halftime we were down. I think it was they had double ups up on and rebounded, and so that told me, you know, the message was at halftime. The first 5 minutes are going to indicate, you know, what we want to do in this game. And I thought we did a good job of going to the glass. We ended up, you know, tying because there was a lot of shots. I mean, a lot of shots going up, they weren't made. So that means a lot of rebounds there. And so we even saw Antoine Bell in there getting rebounds. So that was the mindset: shoot it and go get it. They paid a lot of attention to Bobby, so it allowed our other guys to get in there and attack the glass.
There's only three
The
turnovers.
last 2 days with the free throw, or the last 2 games with the free throw shooting.
What was that now?
Just being able to survive the last 2 games with the free throw shooting.
Well, it goes back to saying, you know, free throws, especially on the road. I mean, you can win games that way. You can lose games that way too. And we made some critical ones, and we missed some that weren't so. But they missed some that were really critical. I mean, like I said, they with 3 seconds to go, and you got one of your better players on the free throw line, and you always think that chance of that going in. And but it was just our time today, I guess. We had that same incident. You remember last year? You know, the game went down to a 1-point game. You know, we thought we were in control, and they made a play. We had a shot at the buzzer, and it didn't happen. So this time it came out in our favor.
You guys only had 3 turnovers. You didn't have your first until about 15 minutes left in the game. But what was the key to not turning it over hardly at all?
Well, we actually value basketball. I thought, you know, their defense is kind of packed in there. They really paid attention to Bobby. They wanted to make it difficult for Bobby, and so we had good ball movement, and we had some shots we didn't knock down. Bell had a lot of shots he shot at. He didn't make them. So Kai did as well, but. Kai made a big shot for us going down the stretch. I thought there were some pivotal plays going down the stretch. We're down 1, and Kai makes a big play to put us back up. And those are key plays in a game like this, especially on the road.
And time for a couple more questions.
It was a season long. The first time you shot under 40 all year, but you think it was the lack of turnovers and the rebound. How do you think you guys won that game?
I thought our defense taking care of the basketball and the rebounding. We were even on the boards. They turned over 8 times. We turned over 3 times. Neither team shot particularly well. So it's a game that could have went either way. But you know what? In conference play, that's how games are going to go. Teams are so familiar with one another. It's going to go like that. And the key is you just want to find a way to win. And we were very fortunate. Very, very fortunate today. Time just ran out. You know, I don't think Missouri lost. They just time ran out on them.
Coach, you guys dropped 2 in a row. Now you've won the last 2. Talk about the confidence you can take into Alabama on Tuesday night.
Well, our team is, you know, it's funny because I made the statement. We went 2-0 at the beginning of the year, and then we went 0-2. Well, we can turn that around, guys, and it's amazing we've done that. But I think our guys want more than that. I think our guys figure they can play a lot better than they've been playing, and we're going to be playing against a Tennessee team that beat us early in the year, came here and beat Missouri, and they're playing well. And so we're going to have to play. We're going to get back and recharge the batteries, try to recover, and get ready for a Tennessee team that's really hot. They're playing really good in our league.